Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the next video in the character creations sheet of the Four Bros of the Bropocalypse YouTube channel. What you see in front of you is a Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 character record sheet. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be creating a human barbarian level 1. You can choose your own names. I have chosen the name of Oscar Longshanks because Longshanks is a good, strong name. So what you see in front of you is you have the name, the race, the class, and the level. Below that, you have the strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Strength is physical ability, lifts things up and pulls them down. Dexterity is your hand-eye coordination. Juggling is a good example. Constitution is your ability to avoid getting sick, and also your ability to take a hit. It affects this right here, this thing called health. It affects that greatly. Intelligence is your mental brain power. Wisdom is your ability to see through things and see things, notice things. And charisma is your leadership ability as well as your physical beauty. Now, where did I get all this information? Well, if you pull up this website, it's called the Hypertext D20 SRD. And it's www.d20srd.org. It'll bring you straight to this page. And you see you have your core rules right here. And then you have all these little highlighty things. And it'll give you basically everything. But you go in here to basics, races, and descriptions. Head over to races. Head down to humans. Humans are the jack of all trades, master of none. Now, if you look, if I bring you down here, right under the humans you have dwarves. Dwarves are awesome, my personal opinion. Humans don't get any bonuses or penalties. They have the bog standard 30 feet movement speed per 6 seconds, which is actually pretty quick. You get 1 extra feet at first level, which is helpful. 4 extra skill points at first level, and 1 extra skill point at each level hereafter. Very, very helpful if you want to be skilled, is the best way I can put it. Your automatic languages, you can get basically any language, and they don't have a favored class. You can pick one. The other thing that they don't have, this is kind of a downside, is if you look at dwarves again, you'll notice the first thing on the list is +2 constitution, -2 charisma. They are tough and difficult to kill, difficult to get sick or drunk as well. However, if you make them work with people, it doesn't go well. If we head back to the home screen, that was human, if you didn't catch it. That's where we get the, race. There we go. Next one, classes. I'm going to go right down alphabetically. Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, and Wizard. So they're 2 different things, although they are both spellcasters. But we're going to go into the Barbarian section. Barbarians, as you can see, they're going to have lots of health. That stands for a 12-sided die. Minimum 1, maximum 12. They have an insanely good progression as to how much they can hit things per day. But we'll get into more of that later. You can see they do get a fair amount of skill points per level. They don't have a lot of skills, but for what a barbarian does, you don't really need a lot of skills. They basically kill things. They're very good at it. So there, you have your barbarian. Now, back to the character sheet. Now, when you roll stats, actually, I take that back. I'm going to bring the barbarian back. When you roll stats, you have this thing over here under extras. Oops. Extra. Stop that. Extras. There we go. Called the dice bag. And the dice bag works if you don't have your own dice. So say you're just starting Dungeons & Dragons, and you want to be able to roll 66 d6. Well, you can. And there's your total. Ta-da! But enough of that fooling around nonsense. Look at this. So the way that you want to first roll your stats for your abilities is you put in 2 plus 6. Ta-da! And you roll that 5 times. And there you go. Fairly average results. And here's your history over here. The newest roll will always be on the top, but you have, all those rolls. Then for the final stat, this is going to be your main stat. You roll 1d6 and add 12 to it. You can also do this on paper. And so you get 17, which is kind of nice. That's one off of max. As you can see, we rolled a 5. Max being 6 on a 6-sided die. You get the idea. But I have my own stats that I've rolled for this character, so I won't be using those. Now, for strength, because humans don't have a bonus or a penalty to strength, my maximum, which I rolled max on my main stat, and for barbarians, I forgot to go through this, but for barbarians, you want lots of strength, lots of constitution, fairly high dexterity, and one of your better ones for wisdom. Intelligence, charisma, not all that important, honestly. Barbarians are not known for their brilliance. Barbarian is the only class in the game that actually starts out not being able to read. So, intelligence, not that important. However, if you do, for some reason, want to be a scholarly barbarian, you can put points in intelligence. Again, Dungeons & Dragons lets you do what you want. I'm doing a basic, this is how, if you want to get the most kills out of this class, this is what you should do. I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons for 3 years. I think I know what I'm doing, at least somewhat. Some of my friends would disagree with me. See what I did there? Self-depreciating humor. Constitution, I rolled 16. And dexterity, regrettably, I rolled a 15. As you can see, you have this modifier here, and that's the number you're going to be using most often. Because someone will go, add your strength score, and you'll go and add 18, and all of a sudden you'll end up with, I can throw buildings at people. No, you can't. No, that's only a 4 there. That's if someone says, roll a strength check, that's the number you use. That one right there. Not that one. That's bad. Use that one. For my intelligence, I rolled a 7. My wisdom, I put in a 12. And for my charisma, I had an 11 lying around, so I figure I'll put it there. Now, speed, load capacity, these are kind of, the only thing you're going to ever be using this for is, it's down here. And I'll be going through this entire sheet later. But see this over here? Weapons and armor, backpack, treasure and other gear, total weight carried. If you come back up here to, there we go, movement, speed, initiative, carrying capacity, that sort of stuff, you'll see you have a light, a medium, and a heavy load. So a light load for this character is 100 pounds of gear, which means they don't have any maximum dexterity bonus. They don't have any check penalty because they're not weighed down all that much. They still move at normal speed, and when they run, they can still run at 4 times the normal rate. So instead of, if you run for a turn, which is a standard turn is 6 seconds, instead of running 30 feet, you're running 120 feet in 6 seconds, which is pretty damn quick, if I do say so. Your medium load limit is 101 pounds to 200 pounds. You have a maximum dexterity bonus of +3. We still, even with our maximum dexterity, don't have that. You take a -3 penalty, 20-foot movement speed, times 4 run capability, okay? Heavy load limit, same deal, except max dex goes down, check penalty goes up, 20 feet movement speed, only can run it times 3. And then this stuff is basically, you can have competitions to see whose character can lift the most. And barbarians will generally win. Because if you win, you're doing something right. If not, you're doing it wrong. Or you have a very, very, very strong fighter in your group, which you'd be lucky. Ignore the character sketch. Nobody really uses it. But this concludes it. So have a nice day.